Hello. So we're going to get into day 31 of Blueprints. Before I do so, I'm showing you my Google Sheets notes for just a couple minutes. So a couple things I kind of worked out, offline, meaning off video, not recorded, but just want to show you because it's affecting my thinking for this coming day. Is first of all, we had from on day 30, we got the opportunity to go back to reading a new clue again, but this time with the magnifying glass. So I added screenshots of the stuff I saw with the magnifying glass, right? So you'll notice here where it says corner cases, and it has a list of corner rooms, and some of them have green checks and others do not. Okay, that's going to be important here in a moment. I mean, all of this is important, but this I'm going to refer to here in a second. Also, see these books, and they have book colors, right? And they have book titles. Well, now, if we see here, it tells us that for book covers, based upon the color, we should take certain pages and certain, like it's a page and a letter and then a word and a letter. I think I'm interpreting that to be like if you, and it says assume page count starts on title pages, but it's not giving numbers, it's giving letters. So at the moment, what I'm doing is I'm just substituting the number for the letter. So page 1, word, word like 24, right? So, so page 26, word, this is a X, so forth, right? Okay. But let's talk about Violet, because Uncle Aw. So here, I'm going to show you this, some things I worked out. Okay. So here are the book titles, right? In the colors, Tender Cipher. Well, this is just an anagram. And the reason why we know we're looking for anagrams, I'll show you real quick, is right here. He takes draft disguise and he in the book there's a picture of him taking draft disguise, which is one of those book titles. And first he shifts it anagram wise to shifted extras, but then he shifts it again, or he changes it around and it becomes the fixed stars. Okay, I've worked out that is what this is saying, the fixed stars. So, and the fixed stars is one of our books that's in our library. Okay. So, per that information, right? So, if this is really just an anagram of the fixed stars, a book in our library, and it shows it with a blue binder here, right? Or a blue cover here. So blue draft the sixes becomes the fixed stars, page Z, word X. Okay, and so I did the same thing with all those other books. So you have Uncle All, which is a new clue. You have Lunar Renamed, which is rooms and Realm and Rune, which is a book that we need to buy from the bookshop because we have a partial copy, but we don't have the, the complete, undamaged copy. So we still need to buy this book. And then the red one was Tender Cipher, right? And Tender Cipher is an anagram of the Red Prince. Now, this book is not in the library, I don't think. This book we saw in one of the bedrooms, like the bunk room or whatever, and I didn't take screenshots of it, but I will need to go find that again. Okay. So I think I'm going to actually put a note here. Bunk room, maybe. Okay. But anyway, so if I look at the fixed stars page, well, right, the copy I have screenshotted is the one from the observatory, which is right here, and it does not have 26 pages. If you count this as page 1, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It ends up being 4 more than the number in the corner. So this is page 24. But that's not the one from the library. The one from the library, I think, might have some extra pages. So we need to go back to the library and get and look at the library copy of the fixed stars. But what we do have is so green, or if purple or violet is a new clue, that we do have, right? Because that is this right here, right? So per this note, that says, hey, a new clue, look at page B, which I'm interpreting as page 2, word Y, which I'm interpreting as word 25. And when I do that, right, this is page 2, word 25. It is the word TO, but that could sound like the number 2, TWO, because we also see him in the same thing here where he goes, Gates sounds like Gates, and right sounds like right. So Mary sounds like Mary. So 2 sounds like 2. So even though it's the word TO, it might be referring to the number 2, TWO, right? So we're going to get the other books. We're going to see if that holds up. Maybe it's going to be some numerical code, or maybe it is just the word 2 and it's going to give me, words. Now, what I'm not as clear on how to apply is this little hint here, and this little hint here, X goes to Y, goes to Z, goes to A, goes to B, goes to C. I'm not as clear on how to apply those hints, okay, to the puzzle. But another thing I worked out, other things we pay attention to is this says the suspect is minor, M-I-N-O-R. The suspect is minor, as in a M-I-N-E-R. And the suspect is major, right? But these are red notes, and we were previously told that red memos lie and blue memos are true. So we're just paying attention to the suspect is minor, M-I-N-O-R, which could be like a minor key, like minor versus major keys, like in the music room or something. But it could also refer to a minor versus a adult. And we were given a suspect list with ages. So if the true suspect is minor, that might just mean, hey, pay attention to suspects that are, under age 18, right? Richard Scott, Sandra Dillon, Bowley, and Charles Driscoll, and ignore the others, right? And then from that pool, we've also got yeah, so the suspect is minor, but also we've got the suspect is a dot key, right? So that might be, I think this clue pairs with this clue, pairs with that suspect list. I think those three go together. But what I want to show you this is there was this one passage in a new clue that had the little numbers next to words, or next to the letters of the words. I was unsure which, but I think I figured that much out. Because when I work that out, so this is the entire passage from page 6 of the new clue with the numbers, okay? So first thing I did is I took the letters, like, and I took them in numerical order, starting with 1, I did L, and then I did D, and I was like, and I got through all of that and made nonsense, made gibberish. So then I just took the entire word. So I take the word all, and then checked, and I just go, 1 through 14, and it comes out like this: all checked corner case rooms had a lowercase clue found in the rooms. I don't know what it means by a lowercase clue. It means like maybe a lowercase clue or something, but a lowercase clue found in the rooms. Okay. But all checked corner case rooms definitely makes sense. So I think this is the correct interpretation. And the reason why this makes sense is because we have this picture of checked corner case rooms. So all checked corner case rooms, which would be these 4 rooms. So that is why today, I was showing you this to explain that why today I'm going to be interested in rooms like the patio, the nook, which is now a reading nook, but should still be the same room, the office, and the pantry, right? These are those 4 checked corner case rooms. And then see where that leads us, right? The other thing we kind of figured or noted is it told us to pay attention, all the signs. It literally said, seen all the signs, well, there turns out to be a sign on each and every one of these pictures. Boom, Route 8, depart, keep left, 210 or fork, a little right turn signal, or right turn sign, dead end sign. It says record or record, each, stop, and then this one did not, I don't think. I mean, it has these signs here, but there wasn't like a direction type sign, right? Or instruction kind of sign, not a sign in the same vein. These are notes, not signs, is my point. So if I take all the signs and I laid them out, what I end up with is Route 8, which is kind of pointing down. I don't know if that's significant. The depart sign, which has an airplane that's kind of pointing to right, and I don't know if that's significant. And the keep left sign, which is kind of pointing down left. Again, I don't know if the direction that the sign itself is pointing or the artwork on the sign is pointing. I don't know if that's significant or not, so that's in parentheses. But just reading it out: Route 8, depart, keep left, 210 or fork, right turn, dead end, record each stop. This makes sense to me. This tells me I need to find a map. Probably, I'm thinking, a more complete version of this metro route map, right? So I'm not able to do it from here, but I need to find a retro metro route map, right? Like of a subway or train, system, and then apply, you know, locate Route 8, depart from there, keep left, when I have the option to, go otherwise, keep left, head, to Tanner Fork, and then do a right turn, and then I will dead end, and I should record each stop I pass along the way, and that'll tell me something. So this is an interpretation of something I'm, looking to do, right? The yeah, so that's kind of what I've got going on. Also, the other thing I did, which was super tedious and maybe not as helpful, is I did a full comparison from using both my monitors, from one monitor to the next. I did a full comparison of this redacted second edition of History of Arindia to the unredacted or uncensored first edition History of Arindia, right? And I noted and I wrote every single word and punctuation mark that was redacted. And what's humorous is that on the surface of it, at some points it seems like, oh, well, they're just redacting information that, the current ruling power doesn't, finds offensive, terms of referring to the continent as Arindia, or referring to the country as Arinda Aries versus Fen Aries, the new name for it since the rebellion, right? Or, sometimes taking out, the name of a king or something. But here's the thing. That's not the vast majority of what's redacted. The vast majority of what's redacted, humorously, are just simple things like though the term, or employed in, or yet. Like the word yet is redacted. The words not let are redacted. The word comma A is the only thing redacted on a particular line, on a particular page. It's just comma A. Why redact A? A is an article. It has no political significance whatsoever, right? All bunches of, just basically, readers is redacted. His is redacted, even though you could figure out the pronoun by context, right? So there's a bunch of random stuff redacted, but I've written all the redacted stuff and what pages they occur on, and the spacing you see is I'm skipping lines that aren't redacted and lines between paragraphs because lines between paragraphs aren't redacted, so that I've got a positional, sense, right? And there are at most on any given line like 2 redacted sections. Sometimes there'll be 2 redacted sections right next to each other, which is super weird. Like if you're redacting an entire line, why do things like this, where it's like, oh, start the redaction, stop, start the redaction again. Start the redaction, stop, start the redaction again. Start the redaction, stop, start the redaction again. Right? Just super. Oh, okay, here's a case where I guess there's 3 redacted. Yeah, because this is where there was the word yet is redacted, and then some other thing. But generally, it's one big redaction, or it's 2 redactions, or something like this. This I think was like and. The word and is redacted here. Ridiculous. And this redacted is just the insignia for Arinda, which does make political sense to redact. But the thing is so much of what is redacted and what's not redacted, because they're leaving in the names of the king, Desolates the third. They're leaving in. Yeah, see, it says King Desolates the third right here. So they didn't redact his name, and in all cases, and it's just kind of really scattered miss. So I was like, okay, so is there clues in that, right? And the short answer is I don't know. Um, Nothing. This doesn't read out. Like if I just read these words in order, it doesn't read out in an intelligible way. But it might be a case of a word hump puzzle. Like there might be a puzzle that says, page so and so, word such and such, and so you need the unredacted copy in order to find that word, because the redacted copy, that word that you need to find on page such and such, word number such and such on page such and such, might be in one of the redacted sections, and then the rest might just be camouflage for the puzzle, right? I don't know. And this was super tedious to write all this out, but I did all that super tedious work, so I'm showing it off. Okay. So this is what we kind of got to go off of for today. I'm going to get started. I'm going to start the game, but then I have to pop downstairs and take care of my dog who's whining about something. So let's... And if that was more ranting than you wanted prior to the start of the game, I apologize. Feel free to fast forward. I say this now after, you sat through it all. Again, this will be day 31 of Blueprints. Day 29, we did find room 46, but it did let us continue on to continue working puzzles and solving mysteries and figuring out what to do in day 30. So it's going to let us continue on with day 31. And I'm going to start it, but then I'm going to, I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. I put my dog outside. Should be fine. We read this letter already, right? And we I guess I didn't really get a magnifying glass view of the stamp, but I don't have a magnifying glass at the moment. Yeah. Day 30, I started with 2 items because I had a moon pendant from day 29. Today, I don't start with any items, but my allowance, but I do start with 2 keys because I ended the day in the clock tower. Or I got a clock tower thing was because I got the clock tower that I got 2 keys today. In addition to the 2 gems from the gemstone cavern. My allowance should be increased yet again. So I've got an allowance of 9 now, which is good. And let's go choose the outbuilding. Now, one thing I did not do yesterday, which was kind of a missed opportunity. In the end, I went through a weight room and halved my feet right at an inopportune time. I just had to make a choice because I had to gamble, and the gamble paid off, but it did cost me a bunch of feet is the problem. So I was not able to go back to room 46 on day 30. I was able to get into the antechamber, but I did not have enough feet to unlock room 46. So another thing I want to do is on day 29, when I did room 36 or 46 for the first time, it gave me a cutscene sequence, which if you watch, the video for day 29, you'll see all that, right? And then it showed me credits and the whole thing, right? But it didn't actually show me necessarily the interior of day 46. So I'm curious if now that if it's shown me the credits once, show me that cutscene once and show me the credits once, if now the game will remember that I've already seen all of that. And now if I go back to room 46, second, third, subsequent times, if I'll actually have a room to explore with more clues in it, right? So that's a thing I want to do at some point. I might not be able to accomplish that today. I wanted to, maybe it was a stretch goal for day 30 and it just didn't happen as a stretch goal. Hovel. The issue with the hovel, the hovel's nice, is it costs us feet instead of gems. Okay. We're only starting with 2 gems, so that's still very, useful. But the tool shed gives us 2 special items, and starting with items is useful. Trading post, we saw that it lets you exchange one item into another item, but at some point you exchange an item and you can't exchange backwards. Like once you make the exchange, you can't, roll back that exchange or that trade. But at some point, every trade ends with, you can get 2 reroll die. And if that's not what you want, then you can't go back to, choosing some prior item, right? So the trading post, even though I understand its functionality now, if I get items, I can maybe come back here and, trade them for items I might want instead. It's kind of hit or miss still to me. I don't know that there's a formula per se. I don't know if it's exactly this item will always trade up into this other item. If that's the case, then I could strategize around the trading post. I don't know that to be the case. Therefore, I don't want to necessarily strategize around the trading post at this time. So I'm not really considering the trading post. I'm considering the tool shed, 2 items, or the hovel, which would mean I don't have to worry about gems. However, I do generally encounter a parlor for 2 gems. I do generally encounter a den for a gem. So I'm kind of counting on getting 3 gems in addition to the 2 that I have. I don't necessarily need a bunch of special rooms today, do I? The patio, the nook, the office, the pantry. Pantry and nook are not special. Patio and office requires a gem, but I think, or a gem or 2. Patio might. bunk bedroom, like the bunk bedroom should not require a gem to get in, I don't believe. Showroom would probably I don't think shops require gems. Maybe the showroom requires, no, they do. Commissary requires a gem. No, yeah, shops do require a gem. So if I want a commissary or I want a if I want a commissary or I want a showroom, in order to spend money on useful things, then I will need gem for that. If I don't do the hovel. I'm going to forgo the hovel and just deal with, because sometimes the hovel's not a choice and we just deal with it. So we're going to pretend that this is a day in which the hovel is not a choice and we just deal with it and get the gems that we need along the way. I'm going to start with 2 special items and hope that they're useful items. Okay, we got a sledgehammer. So let's hope for some chests, or, some trunks. And lockpicks. Okay, lockpicks set. Okay, so we will still need key. We got 2 keys. We'll still need some other keys, but we don't have to chase keys as much as we would normally, because lower tier doors should be able to be picked with the lockpick. I don't think, and we have a sledgehammer for trunks, so we don't need keys for trunks. We don't need keys for lower tier doors. So we will chase gems, but we don't need to chase keys, right? We'll pick up keys as we need them because the higher tier doors will still need keys. Oh, before I go inside, do I want to do anything downstairs or in the basement? So if I want to, do I want to unlock room? Oh, that's right. I can't go this way. This is from the tomb. I can't go this way. I would have to go from the other. I'm wasting feet. I'd have to go from the other exterior entrance in order to get to the cogwheel to do the whole thing where I yeah, okay, I wasted feet. I hear you. I hear you. So we're gonna stop with that. I'm wasting feet. Okay. We do want library, but we want magnifying glass. So, mailroom, we have a package. It's kind of early on to be dead ending. We could get some feedback and get another quest to increase our allowance. Then it'd be an early dead end. I also know that I'm looking for the Nook today, so I don't want to pass up on the Nook. In case it should come back up again in the stack, but I knew I was looking for the Nook today, right? So I'm looking for, it said a lowercase clue. Oh, I need to see this with the magnifying glass. A journey noteworthy. As you continue your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. Scrap of paper, perhaps most importantly, a journal to prove valuable tool you will not regret having beside. Oh, okay. So here's the lowercase clue, beside you on your journey. But I also want to look at this with a magnifying glass. Okay. So, I'm going to take a screenshot of this and not put it in my Excel sheets right now. I'm going to put it somewhere else where maybe I can zoom it without the magnifying glass. So we're going to take this and I'm going to put it, you're not seeing me do this. Yeah, that doesn't help. I will need the magnifying glass because it just regular zoom, zooming of pixels just makes it all distorted. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'll add that screenshot to my general notes, but I know that I need to come back with a magnifying glass. And I'm going to take a photo of this whole note and just label it Reading Nook. I've written down the word already, but in case the message, remember what the problem, I'm learning my lesson from the music sheets. From the music sheets, I just wrote down from the music sheets, I just wrote down what was the significant word. And then the message was like, oh, you need these other words from the music sheet. So I don't want to, repeat that mistake again. So we should just take the whole thing. But it looks like beside is the lowercase. All of this is in uppercase letters, but not the word beside, which is in lowercase, right? I think it's the only thing that's in lowercase. So I will write that in my collated on my thing here. Okay, cool. All right, and then we will do the library. And this is going to let us check out request a book. we want the magnifying glass before we read the book, but we can go ahead and request the book. So we know we need, we have this one screenshotted and everything. And I did look at it with magnifying glass and everything. We have this one screenshotted and again with magnifying glass. So we need the fixed stars because we need the library copy in case it's different or in the event that it's different or it has extra little like numbers next to the word somewhere or something. And if it's different at all from the copy that we've already screenshotted from the observatory, right? So we need to look at that and we need a magnifying glass when we do read that. The other books that we will need, we still need to buy. We'll need to buy, or we need to find the Red Prince, which is in the bunk bedroom, I believe. So I don't think that's a book we can buy for the library. Roman Rune, the undamaged copy, is a book that we do need to buy, but that costs 50 coin from the bookshop. So that is stuff we know. I'm just looking here to see how this is all uppercase letters. There's no lowercase word clue there, and we did not expect there to be one in the library, but I'm just confirming the difference between that note and the note we just saw from the reading nook. And again, I'd read that note before and I hadn't really paid attention to the whole fact that only one of the words was lowercase, and I should have, blah, blah, blah. Experience, now it's like everything is significant. Just about everything in this game is significant. So I'm collecting these stamps. Now it's not showing me the stamp from the letter in the hallway, the stamp for nuance, right? This is the Fen Aries stamp. This is the Arch Aries stamp, and I could look at these with the magnifying glass, right? But it's not collected the stamp of nuance. So when I get a magnifying glass, I will need to go to that envelope in the entrance hall to then get a screenshot of that stamp, because I won't be able to get it from here. Okay. Did I say Roman Rune costs 50? I don't think Roman Rune costs 50. It actually, I think, costs 40. But regardless, it's a book I have to buy from the bookshop before it will appear in the library. Okay. And here is the bookshop, which is great if we get coins, but it also kind of dead ends this path, like, right? Commissary would go up. Commissary is good if we can buy a magnifying glass. We're going to do the bookshop. And the reason why we're going to do the bookshop is because it is more important. We can get a magnifying glass on a future day and do everything we need to do with the magnifying glass, we think. But we need to buy the book while when the bookshop is available before we spend all our money. So we need to buy the bookshop, confirm that it is selling the book that we need, Roman Rune, which I think it is. Let's see if it's got any other. We bought this one, we bought this one, we bought this one, we bought this one. So these are the only two left, and it's 60, and these haven't changed. So I've got these book prices already. So Roman Rune is only 20. I only need 20 to buy Roman Rune. Awesome. Because I know I need Roman Rune. Curse of Blackbridge might be good, but I know I need Roman Rune. So for 20 coin, I can buy Roman Rune and have it added to the library. Awesome. We're going to make that a priority for today. Get those coins, buy that book, right? Yes. And so things we are going to do. We've already got screenshots of that newspaper article. We've already noted that this has the Black Bishop. I think, So now we can put a dead end room here. So like a closet or the walk-in closet. Walk-in closets cost a gem and gives us 4 items. 4 items is better than 2 items. So I'm tempted to do this. I know parlor would give me 2 gems, but the parlor is probably going to come up again later, hopefully, when it's not a dead end situation. So we're just going to do this, and now I'm out of gems. But see, it gave me a gem. So it's giving me running shoes. It's giving me a key. It's giving me a gem. That's 3 items. It said 4 items. Running shoes, gem and key. What is the 4th item? I'm being blind. It gave me a key, gave me a gem. There's supposed to be a 4th item in here. This is a black pawn room. We've already noted that. What is the 4th item? How am I being this blind? Oh. Salt shaker. I never use a salt shaker. So I did not recognize the salt shaker. That's what the 4th item is. Okay. All right. It gave us the gem back, and it gave us some additional items like another key. So we'll call that, maybe worth it. I mean, it's like running shoes I don't really use, salt shaker I don't really care that much about. So it traded a gem for a gem and it gave me a key. So I got a key out of that. That probably would have been better with the closet in this case, 2 items for free. Or the parlor, 2 gems, right? Because then I'd be at 3 gems rather than 1 gem. But it is what it is. And we've dead end in this area, so we need to backtrack now. Yeah, we want to hit this with the magnifying glass on some day, but this will be here basically every day. So it doesn't have to be right this second that I hit this with the magnifying glass, right? All right. Then gives us a gem. We need it and lets us move on. We do like that. But we also know that we want the bunk room. But this would dead end us like right now. So I'm going to hope the bunk room comes back up again, I mean, it will, if not today, some other day. And we need the magnifying glass potentially before we go to the bunk room and read a red prince and the red prince anyway. So we need coins for the bookshop. We might need coins for the commissary to get a magnifying glass. I was hoping to get a magnifying glass out of the walk-in closet. That did not happen. The regular bedroom, mail room, I'm okay to dead end here, but we do want a commissary. But the mailroom might give me without having to buy it, it might give me useful. We're going to see what the package in the mailroom is. So these are the 2 stamps that are in my stamp collection from letters I have received. I'm sleeping mask, gems, and keys. Okay. Which is all good. It's all good, don't get me wrong. But it is not a, I mean, hey, I'm grateful for it, honestly. I mean, good, it was, a useful choice. But I want a magnifying glass. And you see keys and gems, they don't show up here. So I don't know. So even if I had a trading post, which I don't, I have the tool shed. Even if I had a trading post, I don't know that I would be able to trade a sleeping mask or one of these for a magnifying glass. Maybe, but I don't know that to be the case. But now I've got these two doorways. This would dead end me. It would give me the coins I need. No, I would be at 19 coins, which is still not enough for the bookshop. I'm not going to dead end. So we will do dining room. I'd hate to have to walk all the way back here to eat food. So we're just basically doing the dining room at this point because it has doorways. But if I get all the way up here, then coming all the way back down here to eat will be a pain in the butt. So that's not why we're choosing the dining room. We just didn't want a dead end. Parlor gives me gems, moves me upward here. Bedroom would dead end me, so we're going to take the parlor. For sure. Faux sure. We like the parlor puzzles. Anyway. Irregardless of all else. Okay, I don't think there was anything else here to pick up. Okay, so we're just doing this. The gems are in the white box. That's either true or false. A box with a false statement contains the gems. That is either true or false. The statement on the white box is true. That is either true or false. Okay. So the gems are in the white box. A box with a false statement contains the gems. A box with a false statement contains the gems. Well, here is the problem. If this is true, if this is a true statement, the gems cannot be in the white box. And then therefore this would have to be false, right? So if this is true, then this is false. If this is true, okay, if this is true, that's false. But if this is true, and the gems are in here, a box with a false statement contains the gems. Yeah, that doesn't work. The statement on the white box is true. So if this is true, and this is true, then this is false. And if that's the case, then because this is true and this is true, the gems would have to be here. If, however, this is false, right? the statement on the white box is true. If that is false, then this is false, which means there would be a box with a true statement. Gems are in the white box. So that would mean, so if this is, see, here's the problem, or here's how this goes. If this is false, then this has to be false, which means per the rules of the game that by process of elimination, this has to be true. The gems are in the white box, right? The box with a false statement contains the gems, but then if the gems are in the white box, and this is a false statement, then it would be a true statement, and therefore that's contradictory, so that can't be the case. Okay? So, therefore, this can't be false. This has to be true, which means this has to be true. And by process of elimination, then, therefore, this has to be false. And per this statement, it must be true. This must be the box that has the gems. All righty. Get 2 items, dead ending. Right now, see, this doorway leads to here and this doorway leads to here, and that means that basically we could be blocked out of the house if this is a dead end room, or a room that, you know, elbows into the library or back into the dining room or something, right? Like elbows this way or elbows this way, or is a dead end room. So we really need this to pass through. Or we're taking if not, we're taking a huge gamble. I really should have done this before I went and did this one, because I should have realized that this was a bottleneck before I went and drafted this one. Like I should have just come here and drafted this one and then gone, oh, okay, I'm good to go up here, so I can dead end here. I'm like, do I gamble? That's the question. Do I gamble? I don't want to draft the room from here, because if it's an elbow, I'd be screwed. If I draft the room from here, it's an elbow, then that has the potential to be an elbow up, right? So I will draft this room from the dining room. Plus, it's fewer steps to get over there. So if this one elbows up, or it's a 3-way, or it's a 4-way. But if it elbows down, or it goes straight across, or it's dead ends, then I'm screwed. I get additional feet when doing bedrooms because of the sleeping mask. I don't really want to spend a whole bunch of money on food in the kitchen, because I want the money for the bookshop. But, you know, I could end up with a lot of money today. Who knows? That happens sometimes. But I could just spend the gem on the kitchen just to have an extra doorway. Just to have another doorway right here. Fine, I'll do it. I'll do the kitchen. It seems wasteful. It really does. So I'm not going to spend money on buying food at the moment, but I will see what the main course wants me to additional 10 feet for aquarium. Okay, good to know. Otherwise, it's my typical chef salad. Oh, 5 feet for green rooms or club sandwich, 15 feet. Okay. All right. Pantry bends the wrong way and would dead end us. We want the pantry because it's one of our corner rooms, but that we want. But I don't want a dead end right there. So I'm going to take the hallway. Grab that key. We have the lockpick set and we're getting keys now. But if we end up with a great hall, then that'll be, useful. Okay, so we're going to do the chapel, but we won't walk into it right now because I don't want it to dock me a coin right now. But we'll go ahead and draft the chapel because then we're connected up to the foundation and places. Okay. But now, even if this is a dead-end room, we could theoretically be okay with that because we could get to here from here and we can get over here from here and over here from here, right? So being dead-ended here is not as terrible. All right. But yeah, I don't want to spend that coin at the moment. Billiard room gives us keys, turns us up here. Bedroom turns us down. We would get some steps out of it, but let's go ahead and do the billiard room. Okay. We'll get key out of this, so 12. 12. Oh, interesting. Let's oh, three squared. This might be 3 squared. 9. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. Minus 15 is 10. Okay. Silver key. Nice. Okay. So then I don't want to pay the 2 gems for the passageway. I am starting to worry about my feet, so I'm going to do the quest bedroom. It'll give me feet, gives me the chance to, if I get to the antechamber again, increase my allowance yet again. But I'm going to get 15 feet out of doing the quest bedroom, 10 from the quest bedroom, 5 from the sleeping nest. And then I'll go over here and I have these other doorways. It's going to cost me a coin to go through the chapel. Yes, yes, yes. But and this might give me a magnifying glass or an access card, but then again, it might not. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. So get a gem out of it. Nice. Now, I've ended days with wasted gems, like, I'm going to screenshot this note because every time I don't have a screenshot of a note, I then later need to go back and find that note again. This is the quest bedroom. Yeah, the parlor and then the kitchen. And then the hallway to the chapel. We do need to do the pay the coin to the chapel. I'm going to go to the foundation. Okay. So here's the deal. We could use the special key. Oh, wait, we can try the lockpick for free. Okay. But now we can do the silver key, and that gives us a room with many doors, which is nice. Let's do that. So, Cloister and Rotunda are really expensive. Rotunda can rotate, which really not sure the usefulness of that. But other than maybe it can like rotate around to be different, access ways. But I don't want to spend the gems. This is good enough. And we got a safety deposit key. Access card door. That sucks. Okay. So we'd have to go back to the chapel to get over here. That sucks. A lying note. Okay. So pantry gives us money, plus we need to, it's a corner room that we need to do. Commissary might let us buy a magnifying glass, but the pantry is more, but we don't have a lot of coin at the moment, so the pantry is more important. We have the salt shaker, so this will give us an extra step there. Coins. Oh, here we go. See, bridge yet? Bridge. Okay, so bridge was what we got lowercase off that note. So we've got beside from the nook and bridge from pantry. So we just need patio and office. Okay. We're going down here. This would dead end us, gives us coins. But we'd have to go back through the chapel. We have to go back through the chapel regardless. Yeah, there's no way to not go back to the chapel getting to the bookshop, so that's not really a consideration. It's just, do we want to do more in this area or not? Room of a color of our choice. Well, the patio is green, so we could choose green. Storeroom gives us the coins that we need. We're gonna hope that we can get the coins we need later, like, you know, still to come. So before I do this, let me make sure patio is a green room. It is. Patio is a green room. So hopefully it will be one of the choices it gives us. And the office is a blue room, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't show here, but we found it. We did find it. Maybe I need to find it again to make it fill in. It's a blue room. Office is a blue room. So we don't get to choose a blue room. So we're going to choose a green room. Did not give us patio. Okay. Cloister not going to do. Courtyard not going to do. Aquarium we can do. And wasn't that our condition for the dining room today? Was aquarium? Maybe. Or some previous day. Maybe it was today or else it was some previous day. Oh, key. I've got lockpick kit and now it's giving me keys. Well, I could hope for a great haul. We don't need the locksmith. West Hall lets me go back up this way, and giving me a storeroom pretty consistently. Yeah. I've got this, I think. I'm pretty sure I have that. Screenshot. Don't I? Well, I'll take it, and then if I have it already, I can just delete it as a duplicate later, but I'll just go ahead and take it again. This is the West Wing Hall. Alrighty. Spare bedroom, give me another 5 feet. Corridor, okay, garage, extra keys I don't need at the moment, but would dead end me, so I'm not going to do the garage right now. We'll do the spare bedroom. I think the extra fee, yeah, I mean, there could have been a key or something in the corridor, but... Oh, here's some reroll dice. That's nice. We'd like to see that. Okay, if we dead end now, we've got to backtrack quite a bit. But we don't have a choice unless we redraw. Unless we redraw, these are all dead ends. This gives us coins that we know we need. This gives us 2 mysterious items, which might include an access card, might include a magnifying glass, might be neither. I think I'm just going to... Well, I could redraw. But I should save my redraw for over here, I think. This means that even if I accomplish nothing else, I can buy that book. So... rather than trying to like accomplish, rather than biting off more than I can chew, like trying to set myself up to accomplish 5 things today and accomplishing none of them, let's guarantee that we can accomplish at least 1 thing today and then consider everything else a stretch goal. So we're gonna have to wind our way back to the chapel, because this is a access card door, which we don't have the access card for. So our only potential doorway right now is the chapel. Okay. So, before I do this, I'm going to draft this doorway, but I'm not going to necessarily walk it. So, drawing room for a gem. Gymnasium. Okay. We've got a few dig spots, but I don't think it's worth dead-ending us into it. You know, it's not worth dead-ending us. So we're going to do the drawing room. But I'm not going to walk in there, because if I walk in there and then walk back, it's going to cost me another coin. And so while I still have money, enough money, I'm going to go buy that book. So I'm going to go, yeah, I'm going to take the long, arduous walk back to here. And then, I mean, I've got enough steps to do it, but we're going to do it now. And yes, it's like I'm wasting, you know, a lot of steps, but reasons, as I've stated. Oh, there's a trunk in the den that I missed. And I have a sledgehammer. I missed that. Oh, bunch of gems. Ah. More gems than I could possibly need. Well, we say that, but then I run out of gems all the time. I either run out of gems or end my day with a bunch of gems because I run out of doorways. I never get the right, fully efficient combo between gems and doorways. I need to go to the entrance hall. Yes. And then from here, we need to go reading nook, library, bookshop. There's only one more book we could buy at the bookshop, and that is Curse of Blackbridge. I'm not likely to get the 40 extra coins today. I mean, who knows, but I'm not likely. So I went ahead and just did it now. So I have one coin left. So even if, you know, the chapel takes my last coin, I won't end the day like one coin shy of being able to, like if I went out the chapel, if I'd left the chapel and then came back and it cost me a coin, I would have been down to 20 exactly. And then if I had to backtrack at all again, I could have been up with like 19 coin and not enough to buy the book. So that's why I did it now before going into the drawing room. Because now if I end up, if the chapel takes my last coin, then the chapel just becomes free at that point to walk through. Because it won't take coins I don't have. So this is just guaranteeing that I accomplished the goal of buying that book, which was the big goal for today. The primary, well, one of the primary goals. The other one's trying to get those corner rooms, right? Yeah, I need to go to the den and then to the dining room. Yes. And back to the parlor. Parlor, kitchen. Paulway Chapel. All right, takes my last coin. But now I can go to the drawing room and not necessarily have to backtrack anymore, unless I'm going to like go to the you know, kitchen or the dining room to eat food for more steps. But try the lockpick kit. Okay. Pool. It lets me go in both of these directions, and I could get a pump room, I could get a sauna, I could get a locker room. I have a lot of keys, so a locker room's not bad, right? I've got plenty of gems. So honestly, pool's fine. We'll spend the gem on a pool. If I drain the pool via pump room, I could get some more coins out of the bottom of the pool. Or if I bought trunks at the gift shop, and maybe I could walk into the pool and retrieve those coins or something. But I don't. I think I'm done with the fountain area because I think I did what I needed to do via the fountain. I think. Which was pull that minecart out of the way. So we can go dead. We're going to dead end this room, whatever it is. It's going to be a dead end. Lockpick kit does not work. I'm not going to spend a key on it at the moment. Lockpick kit didn't work. I don't like that. It's not a critical room to have. Okay, I've got some items. Observatory would be 26. What am I going to get out of 26? Let me go back to my notes and take a look at stars. Okay. I got a bunch of stuff for 25. For 26... I could end up with Draxus the Dead plus some other stuff. What's my inventory look like? Oh, sorry. I'm on the wrong screen. Okay, those are not items that combine together in the workshop. So the workshop's not necessarily going to help me create new useful things out of what I've got. It would enable me to go further up. Observatory lets me go this way. I can redraw for free. I'll do the observatory, and honestly, it might end up giving me some combination with Draxus, which, you know, dead end rooms, blah, blah, blah. Oh, compass. Compass is nice. We like having a compass. I'm just going to confirm that there is not any further pages. Nope, there are no more. So 24 is that last page there because 1. No, not 1. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's yeah, it's 4 more than this. So when I get to 20, this is page 24, and I'm thinking I need page 26. So I'm thinking I might need another copy of this book that has 26 pages. That's why I requested it from the library, because I think there was a copy. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's the exact same book. Maybe that's a waste, but it is what it is. So before I look through the thing, I'll do the obligatory, go upstairs and alleviate my conscience that there's nothing up here. There is not. Go over here. Diamond is major. Clavis the key. And Farmer's Apple. Those are all good benefits. Nice. Lots of gems, lots of keys. 2 reroll die. I'm a little short on steps. And have no money. That's my current situation. Would dead end me? Boudoir, commissary. I don't have money to buy things at the commissary, but that doesn't mean I won't end up getting money. Or I could re-roll, but I'm not desperate enough to re-roll. With 11 gems, I'm just going to go ahead and do the commissary and see what it is selling. Banana, gem, key, set of gems. I don't need any of this. I might want bananas. But I don't have money at the moment. But it's not selling magnifying glass. That's the key point. It's not selling magnifying glass, and now I know that I'm not likely to get magnifying glass today unless I ever get that that dead end room, the closet, which has 2 items, one of which, you know, could theoretically be magnifying glass. Bunk room. We want the bunk room, but we don't necessarily want a dead end. So I'm going to try to get to the antechamber. Well, I'd have to get a great hall. I'm gonna redraw. Oh, with the vault, I could go back and buy that other book. No, because I'd have to pass through the chapel, which would dock me a coin. I'd be 1 coin shy. Boiler room gives me more doorways. See, I would like to be able to buy that last book, but I'd be literally 1 coin shy. Because I'd have to go through the chapel, and then I'd be down to 39. There's no way to avoid going through the chapel. No, there is a way to... No. Yes, there is a way to avoid going through the chapel. If I have enough steps to do it. Because what I can do is I can go to the foundation, and then I can go outside and then come back through the entrance. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so I could do that. I could just guarantee that I buy the last book that I need. But it would stop all upward progress. The only reason for upward progress is if I can make it to the antechamber to increase my daily allowance by 2 coins. But I can only do that if I find a lever, and because I'm on the east side, I'd want to get the Great Hall. And I've already done the secret passage and not chosen the hallway, so I'm not guaranteed to draft a Great Hall. We've got 1 redraw left. Oh, you know what? I have a vault key 304, and we've yet to use vault key, so I don't know what it does. So we're going to do the vault. I realize it's going to stop our upward progress. We're not going to make it to the antechamber today to increase our allowance by 2. But I've got a vault key and I want to use it. I've got a vault key and I want to use it. That's my reasoning. So, yes, we will not make it to the antechamber today. But I ought to be able to buy, if I'm careful and don't step through the chapel at all. I've got to be super careful not to do that. But we're going to see what's in a vault key. We're on December 7th? Okay. And we are looking for uh, 304. Oh. Gems. Upgrade disc. Ooh. Which I'm probably not going to be able to get to use. That sucks. And a Finn Aries passport. Jean Ribbon, but Jean Ribbon is not Jean Ribbon. That's Mary. That's our mom who went missing. Parisian, date of birth, female, date of issue, 1/10/84, date of expiry. Yeah, it's a fake passport. Yeah. Cool. We don't get to keep it. We just get to see it. Okay. But we have seen it, and I have screenshotted it. Cool. J Ribbon. Oh! So J Ribbon... I wonder if that could be the admin key. Ribbon J? Or Ribbo J, maybe Ribbon J, or Ribbo J, yeah. We'll try that for certain. Okay, so what we need to do is, because we can no longer go up here, we do want to check out this room because we've got keys to spare now. So we're going to come through here, we're going to check out this room. This will be like the last room that we can do, right? But then when we come back through here, we have to not go through the chapel. We have to go through the conference room to the foundation, then out the foundation to come back through the entrance to get to the bookshop. We have to be very careful to do it that way. We should have enough steps. It will be tight. I mean, it will be not a whole lot of extra steps to spare, but we should have enough steps. Okay. So let's do this last room. Again, our lockpicks don't work, but that's fine. We'll use a key. This is the last room, so I'm going to redraw because I don't get to keep the dice, and I'm looking for one of those corner rooms. Did not find. But if I can make it back to here and in the room in the sauna, that'll be nice. So we'll do that, but we're not going to step into it. Oh, I don't have to, and I don't have to, it doesn't say I have to end here. I just have to draft it. Okay. So I've drafted it. Get a gem that I won't get to keep. Yeah, it says it does not mean I have to end my day there. Okay. I'll just get 20 extra steps tomorrow. Okay, cool. So very carefully go to the drawing room. Do not go to the... This seems obvious to you guys. Why? And you're asking, why am I repeating? Because I am Mr. Short-term memory. Like, don't go there. Okay. I have a plan. I have exactly 40 coins. I cannot waste a coin. Foundation. Don't go to the chapel. No, 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 no. Go here. Go down. Yeah, I can leave the house without going to the chapel. Because I'll just leave through the basement. And I can come back this way if I have enough feet. I'm not likely to. And I have very little reason to come back. This is already unlocked. So then what I do is I just go this way. And out the back here is a tunnel to the outside. And then, now that I'm outside, I can go up and go in through the entrance and totally avoid going through the chapel. Right. Go over here. All right. I've bought all the books now. In theory, I shouldn't need to do the bookshop anymore until I run across some puzzle that says, oh, you need to be in the bookshop. But I don't think there's anything that I don't see any notes that, or things that I haven't screenshotted here. So, okay. So now, with my remaining 18 steps, I'm going to attempt to come back. No, I'm going to go back outside and open the door to room 46 just to remind myself how to do it. But I'm not going to be able to get to use my upgrade disc today, which is a shame. Because I have no more rooms and none of these have terminals. Yeah. No, none of these rooms have terminals. I don't think there's anything else to do. I did not make it to tier 8, so I can't, going back to the dining room won't give me more steps. Yep. I mean, I just made a choice on the vault. I could have gone higher and further. I could have done more of this. I could have done more of this if I had chosen, other than the vault. But I prioritized the vault so that I won't have to worry about the bookshop in the future. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go back outside. I really don't think there's anything more I need to do in here. Going in the kitchen, I don't have any money. I don't have to end my day in the sauna for this to work. It doesn't look like. So I'm going to open room 46, like I said, just to remind myself of how that works. It was a rotating gear, combination of things to do. So we're going to go do that. Okay, so we've got that, and we want to, so let's go over here, see if we're set up already. Okay, so we're set up for that other alcove already, it looks like. How do I get back out of here? Okay, so if I go here. No, not there. Go here. Then I can just walk across to here. Yep, and pull this lever. We're not going to be able to get to the antechamber today, but just, like I said, and then I have keys, but none of these are asking for keys. This will probably be a puzzle at some point. They're not saying they're locked, but they're not asking for keys. That is the Ennis eclipse. Now the way the gear is set is left, or the position the gear is in. It's maintained the position from last time. So the way this is, what I should be able to do is come down from the fountain, right? Move this minecart over to here and still be able to get in here and still be able to get, so I should be able to come down the fountain to get this direction, push the minecart out of the way, get over here, and then that's a even shorter overall route, right? Yeah. It's just if I do that, then I can't get to the foundation. But if I'm just trying to, if I'm not trying to get to the foundation, and all I'm attempting to do is open room 46, then from the fountain I should be able to do that pretty readily with the state that I've left everything in. Does going back upstairs right now help me at all? Well, going outside doesn't really help me at all, so I don't think there's anything new to look at outside. Even in the precipice, I don't think there's anything new to do there. So with my remaining steps, I can come up here. Don't have a shovel. But I could just end my day in the sauna for the hell of it, right? Might as well. I mean, literally, I don't think there's anything else to do. So we'll end our day in the sauna and pretend that, we're just taking a relaxing, sauna session to, oh, no, you know what we actually need to do? My bad. There is something for us to do. And it is outside. I'm wasting steps, but I should still be able to get there. We need to try the new admin key potential. That's what we need to do. So in Blackbridge, I don't think we can use an upgrade disk at the terminal in Blackbridge, but we can try for one. So that's a thing to do. Duh. I was like, I don't have any access to any terminal. Well, there is Blackbridge. Maybe it will let us do it. Oh, not here. Sorry. Up here. Wasting steps. But I still have enough steps. I'm fine. I still have enough steps. Okay, we can try using the upgrade disk at the Blackbridge terminal, but we can also try that admin key at the Blackbridge terminal. So yeah, that's how we need to use these steps at the end of the day. Go over here. Oh, it will. So first of all here, I'm going to escape. Okay, so I'm going to... Yes, we get to use the upgrade disk. Perfect. We get to upgrade the closet. Oh, so it has 0 items, but it's 4 items if drafted adjoined to a red room. That's a bit of a gamble. Hallway closet. Okay, so this is 2 extra items if a drafted adjoined to a bedroom. This is extra item if drafted adjoined to a hallway. A hallway is more likely to have other doorways, whereas a bedroom, it would literally be at the dead end, right? So... I'll do the bedroom closet. Yeah, just thematically. And now, so more R, right? Just this is not letting us, like, we can't do a remote experiment or anything like that. But there are 3 additional delisted admin keys, but we know that there's an admin key that will give us archive access. We haven't known what it is, but we just got that passport. So what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to log in using a variation of that passport identity. So ribbon gene. Okay, so let's do. I think they said that this one's a unconventional length. Oh, rib gene. Rib J. So we're going to add that to our notes, and then we're going to see we're going to see what level of access RibJ gives us. But I'll be right back, and then we're going to take a look. All right, so two admin keys have been added to the network's user database with P and RibJ. So Wait a minute. I thought these were logs that we'd seen before, but I don't remember reading about with P and Rib J. Okay. Fix the connection error that was occurring between the office and security. 21087. So 3287. Oh 3027. I'm writing on the date that those were added in case it's counts as a significant date. All right, Gene and I are successfully logged on now. Those admin logs can only be accessed by the Blackbridge terminal, so I advise we use this for sensitive messages and suspend electronic mail moving forward. Ah. More. As soon as you've got the network access from Manning, and again, those file transfers now, we need the Mesa. It should be done by the time you and Philip are moved out of the shelter. Okay, so with P is Philip, but we know Gene is actually married, right? And so then Philip is who? If by Philip you mean Paul, then yes, that timeline can work for us. Ah. Okay, so Paul is, I think, the pseudonym. So it's Paul with something, but Paul is actually Philip, just like Gene is actually Mary. I apologize. His admin key tripped me up for obvious reasons. I'll be wiping these logs regardless as soon as we are done here. Okay. Be at ease, friend. It is of little consequence. Let us know when the transfer is complete. Data packet transfer from Fierstrom Iraja. Total file size 14 kilobyte. Okay. From Firestrom or Fierstrom Iraja, which is basically like Firestorm. It's an anagram of Firestorm. We have finished moving and have made ourselves at home. Be advised that 2 additional crates are expected to arrive within the next 3 days. Randolph, instead of simply deleting these logs, would it be possible to instead replace them with manufactured messages? I'd like to leave a trail of breadcrumbs to lure would-be clue seekers down the proverbial garden path. Yes, we can create a dummy admin account with pseudo privileges. Splendid. In that case, I better get to writing. Our visitor last week has given me a bit of inspiration for a new book. Ah. As requested, new admin key created, though the requested name doesn't quite fit with our typical length formatting. More, I'd say it's about time to scrub these logs. The four of us are ready to go dark. Oh, this is gold. Okay, so the dummy admin account. What's the name? We're leaving false. Well, this is gold, guys. I'm glad we didn't I'm glad I remembered and didn't forget to come back here and do this today. I mean, we could have done it on a future day, but still, this is gold. Because we now know that the new admin key, which we were hunting for, that doesn't quite fit the pattern, it's not that if we had figured out that admin key, it would have given us false info. But now we know when we do figure out that admin key that the info is false. So therefore we can reverse the info. We can inverse the info to figure out what the real info is going, more likely to be, right? It's like the same value as being told, oh, all the red notes lie. And you go, okay. So something said on the red note, it's not true. So therefore something else must be, more, true instead, right? That's critical information. So Mary so our mom, Mary, and probably maybe our Philip is our father, and they together, disappeared and are on the run or something. We got letters from our father. And did I screenshot those? What was our father's name? Did I not screenshot the letter I read from my father? It's in the mailroom. I need to stop treating everything like it's flavor text. There's no flavor text in this game. It's all important. I guess I didn't screenshot the letter from our father. Next time we're in the mailroom, we'll have to screenshot those letters, but did I seriously not write down the name of my own father? I'll figure it out later. Sorry. Randolph, I've left the final manuscript in the safe house. Please look after the other children. Should our paths not cross again, we will embrace each other in soot and ash. Do not look within, do not look back, for we are with you, and there is nothing behind you. May the black shores guide you both. So Rib J and with P were delisted in user database. Effective immediately, all electronic mail capabilities have been restricted and now can only be accessed via the office terminal. All other terminal inboxes have been archived and can only be restored via admin control. To the mainframe and Blackbridge Grotto has been restored to perform routine maintenance, blah, blah, blah. Account types. Okay, so given that the admin key was created to leave a false trail, I think that might be our red guard person, which is red guard investigator checked out our, the the second edition copy of History of Arendia, so that's one way that we know his name. Detective Bon Margle. So I'm going to see if I can get in as Bon Margle. First of all, I'm just going to try Red Guard. Okay. Now I'm going to try Margle B. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10. So 10 is as many letters as it will let me type. Yep, okay. So normal admin keys are first 4 letters of a last name, followed by first letter of first name for a total of 5. But if it will accept 10 character input, does that mean that the fake pseudo admin key is 10 characters? And if so, what are those 10 characters? So Marg, Detective Bond. No, that's Marg. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Detective Von Margle said in his note, "Fair play, my friend." How else did he sign that note? Let's go back to the note that he wrote and see if that gives us more clue. Okay, he signed it Detective, spelled out, Detective Von Markle. Redguard, all capital letters, one word. So I've tried Redguard, all capital. No, okay. So, Detective Von Markle. Detective. No, okay. Margle. I'm pretty sure the admin key was fake admin key, pseudo admin key was the fake admin key. That's how I'm going to phrase it. I'm pretty sure the fake admin key was created to lead Detective Von Margo astray. So it should be an admin key for him, but I can't figure out the combination of his name that would do it. Ma name? Ma. Six. Oh well. I'll try other variations of that name a future day, and it could be some other thing entirely. All right, so we have 14 steps remaining. That was productive, though. That was productive. We got some good info. Oh, no. Before I leave, we're going to log in as with P. Duh. Let's see if we learn anything different with P. Is with P the one that will give me our archive access? Wait a minute. All of this is the same as we read under the rib J. So I don't think with P has any more information than rib J, so far as I can tell. Admin control. Archive access. Full access plus to archived admin logs and deleted database entries. Yeah, see those deleted logs we have access, or what we've been reading are those deleted logs. Okay, so archive access, we have been, so with P and ribj are giving us the archive access because it's giving us access to the archived admin logs that are deleted for other people. And it says deleted database entries. So do we have to get to a terminal elsewhere in the estate and try to log in? Maybe. We'll see. But we'll deal with that on a future day. Okay, so we've done, now I think we've done everything that we can do here. The note might be I wonder if coming with a magnifying glass would help us with this at all. I don't think so. But I think it's a 6 and a 4, and who knows? Okay, so now with my remaining steps, we'll go back to the house, because why not? Because we can. Well, let's confirm. With our remaining steps, let's confirm that I can get to and from. Let's confirm from the well that I can get from the well. I can get to and from the room that will let us open the so it's in here. We don't know what to do with this yet. It doesn't seem interactive. So when we get rum and rune, we already got a screenshot of that. When we get rum and rune, we can interpret what that means. If I push this all the way forward, what I should find is that I can get here, and by getting here and going over here, yep, see, yep, so I can, and then I can do the whole deal where I can, yeah, so if I leave it like that, I'm not gonna leave it like that, but if I push it like that, then when I come, the reason why I'm not going to leave it like that is because I can't manipulate it from the other side, but I can manipulate it from this side, so there's no reason to ever leave the minecart in the way of the other side. Because I can always just push this back and forth when I come in this side. That means that I can come down the well, push this out of the way, get over there, open room 46, go back up the well stairs, back in the entrance. So I should have a quick and easy way to open up room 46 the next time it looks like I'm going to get into the antechamber. And if I don't do it via the well, I'll do it via the foundation. Oh, no, don't want to go here. I want to go. I was going to end the day in the sauna. So what I want to do is go here to go through the basement to the foundation, over to the sauna. I'm seeing the running shoes like pop up, so it's saving me a few steps. I just don't think it's like necessarily super worthwhile. I don't think I'd ever like willingly spend my money on the running shoes. Sorry, I'm just making sure that I haven't missed any important communications. I keep my phone on Do Not Disturb while I'm playing, but that doesn't mean that there aren't necessarily people trying to get a hold of me for legitimate reasons. So we're going to go to conference room, drawing room, pool. Yeah. Yeah. See those blue words? At some point, we're going to get a message that says, oh, the blue words. So let's grab them. Now. Everything's meaningful. I swear, everything is meaningful. Okay, and then we go to the pool. And you say, hey. Oh, was there... I'm just double checking that there aren't any other notes that I should be screenshotting, you know, that I've seen in the past and not, you know, screenshotted. No, don't think so. Okay. Yeah, and we got that the white vault, white rook. Yep, okay. Pretty sure I got that the what? Yeah. All right. So then we'll go observatory, pool, sauna. And we have 11 gems that we're going to waste. 8 keys and 11 gems that I don't get to carry forward. Oh, it hurts. It hurts to be that wasteful. 11 gems and 8 keys on all these items, and I don't get to keep any of it. But it is what it is. It was still a good day. Still a good day. So we're going to call it. I'm going to call it a day. This was day 31. Thank you for being with me today. We bought the remaining books from the bookshop, so we'll get to see those in the library, but we want to do so with magnifying glass. We figured out the admin and the missing two significant missing admin keys, which let us read some significant missing, you know, logs. And we know that there's another admin key out there with a false trail, and we want to figure out that admin key so that we know what the false trail is, so that we can then later, at a future point in the game, ignore the false trail and follow clues to the true trail. And I need to remember who Philip is. Might be my dad. Might be one of my uncles or something. Or who knows? Or somebody just smuggling Mary out. It might be just the person smuggling Mary out, right? Any hoot. Mount Holly, respectable shopping center, 4 shop rooms, total rooms 29, rank reach 7, steps taken 95, items found 10. No new rooms today, but it was still a good day. All right. Thank you for being with me. Have a good one. We'll see you for day 32.